Why did I short all-time highs? That is the question I'm asking myself. I don't know. Well, I kind of do know. Trade recap. Obviously, we took an L today. As you can see on the screen, we took such a poor trade for a number of reasons. I think like I took one trade last week and I'm on evals, and um, I don't know, I was definitely jumping the gun a lot more than I would be usually. But then again, I did in the moment have conviction about this trade. Um, what happened was we are at all-time highs. Obviously, in the first 2 seconds or 2 minutes of the session, we reached all-time highs immediately. We are retracing now. Retrace once, retrace against. Again, there's a 5 minute here that I'm looking to take longs out of. However, I saw because I was trading on MNQ today. On MNQ, this is the start of my, okay, I might want to take a bearish trade, right? We inverse the 5 minute on MNQ, but we don't on NQ, which makes no bloody sense. But it's just what happened, and I was marking out stuff on NQ, so I was like, oh, it's inverse on MNQ, and then I saw that it didn't inverse on NQ to the downside, but I just ignored it. I said, oh yeah, it's going to inverse because MNQ inversed. What happened out of that? We created a 5 minute bearish gap to the downside, and I'm thinking we've inversed all of this, but we haven't actually, and I do know that at the time. I'm just choosing to ignore it because I want to force trade. Or I wanted to force trade. We do come up into it. I'm looking at a 30-second time frame. I'm seeing clear manipulation up, and the manipulation is at 10. The manipulation is at 10, so I'm thinking, oh my god, this looks good. Also at 10, we respected this 30-minute gap that I was eyeing up. I was like, oh, we respected it, but it doesn't matter. Look at all the 15-minute gaps. I don't think the 30-minute gap really matters, really, if we inverse all of this and we're so bullish. So I was just adding these pieces together to like try and convince myself that this trade was okay. So, and then, even better, we get this close that is disgusting. This is a small ass gap to try and inverse. It is 3 points wide. We get the inversion. I don't wait for the change of the state. Get the inversion just over it. And we're targeting, funnily enough, I need a 1-3 ratio to pass my account. And this external low, this is too good to be true, which is why I took it in the first place, probably. I thought it was too good to be true. But in fact, we are distributing from this 5 minute. ES is also distributing from a 5 minute gap here. Another reason why I wanted to take shorts was because ES had this 15-minute gap and edged it. That's literally right here. How long was that? No, it got created at 10. We got a weenie S&T here, but equal highs at the stop. It's just adding up to a lot of negative compared to what's positive. And I just chose to ignore the negative, even though I knew it, just to try and force a trade. Also, when you get trades like this that you don't have too much conviction on, and they're this RR, they're 1 to 3 RR, do you really think that you're going to have a short play out in your favor that you're half convinced on? That is the most RR. You should be trading this RR if you're really, really convinced. So a better trade probably would have been waiting. And I said in the live, I'm not going to upload the live recording because it's just so long. But I said in the live recording, let's wait for a CSD. I didn't do that. I just jumped the gun. And I also didn't kind of realize how important not shorting all-time highs was. And in my mind, we've inversed this gap. Hallelujah. We have had a 10 a.m. PF3 and a 30-second inverse with great RR. It looks like, oh, you know, and that's probably why I pressed the trigger. But in fact, it was just so dumb. We also just inversed this massive 30 seconds to the upside. I've just noticed that. It's just another thing. Inverse this massive 1 minute as well. I think like I convinced myself this is 50% in the range. In a normal downtrend, this is not terrible. This is probably like A minus if we inverse this 5 minute. If we inverse this 5 minute. If this is sponsored, imagine there's an hourly gap and we're not all-time highs. Come down, create a 5 minute gap. We did have really good liquidity to the downside, to be fair. We had Asia low, which we edged over here. We had a 930 wick, which didn't take out any liquidity, so it added to the liquidity. We had high time frame, low resistance liquidity here. And all this was like ringing bells saying I should trade, and it would be ringing bells if we weren't in a situation where this is an unsponsored 5 minute gap. It hasn't come out of any high time frame sponsor. We're at all-time highs, so this acts like the strongest magnet on earth for price to come up with, price to come up to. The distribution is poor. ES and NQ are both reacting out of a 5 minute. They didn't inverse it, so that's just a bad trade. It's just one of those days. That's why I'm not 100% profitable yet. And the one thing I did notice about this, I didn't actually get like too mad when I lost, because I kind of knew what I did wrong. I didn't like get like mad and start revenge trading, which is good, I feel. And when it stopped me out, I was like, quite okay, that's fine. Because I expected a lot of people to take this trade because I thought it was good at the time. But it's just so bad. I literally did an hour of backtesting after her all-time highs, just to grasp it. I feel like I haven't grasped it as a trader yet, how important it is to alter your trading style in all-time highs. And I've always heard the saying, long as you're wrong, but now I truly understand that, which is good. And we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. I definitely need to remind myself when we do come back to all-time highs next time of how to actually trade. And this is a perfect example of that. And the other day was a perfect example of that. I traded once last week. I faded one entry, but I think it was a good entry. And me fading that has also contributed to me understanding all-time highs. Just got to live and learn. Yeah, that's it. Done for the day. 1L. Gotta go revise for my final year exams.